welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be performance testing this 2019 Suburban because we're going to be installing a CSP Stealth Turbo Kit. That's right, this bad boy is going under the knife for some serious hidden power. I should be saying stealth instead of it being like stealth. It should be like stealth. So hopefully you can hear that, and let's see what she does in the quarter mile, and then we're going to take it back to the shop, dyno it, and then begin the turbo project. Oh boy, we're really cooking with this thing. So 14.4, that's our baseline. That's what we're gonna try to be beating. We better be beating it with turbos on it. And no trip to the track is complete without actually getting a track burger. So my cameraman here, he wants to get that track burger. We better do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're back at the shop to get dyno numbers. That way we have our baseline both in the quarter mile and on the dyno to compare with what we do after this. Looks like the rev limiter of this pig is actually around the 5,800 RPM. So we did get a good one in 4th gear. That last one was in 3rd gear. Looks like it's roughly the same numbers. We're going to be dynoing 4th gear for the majority of this. I mean, I could try 5th gear real quick and see what happens. What'd it do?
352.
Okay, so we have 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear baselines. We're going to put her under the knife now, and I probably won't be testing the 3rd gear baseline, so we're gonna only use the red and green lines, which is 4th and 5th gear. We're not gonna do a 6th gear pull, but yep, fun stuff.
The double chin goes crazy right now. That's scary.
All right, so since the intake tube that we're using to house the mass airflow sensor is 3.5 inch and the factory tube is 3.5 inch, I'm not making any changes to the factory mass airflow sensor. I'm gonna just hope for the best there. And we did change the map sensor to a 3-bar map sensor. That way we could read boost. So I modified that, and that's it. And now I'm gonna fire her up, and so far so good. I'm gonna take it in the parking lot, see what happens. Might even blip it a little bit because it doesn't look like there's a lot of timing in this thing. Okay, so here we go. Initial pulls. I just want to preface this with we are starting from the bottom. Like we are, like it's not going to make a lot of boost. That's the plan, to start soft instead of hard and then end up with a blown up engine. So we're going to make turbo noises and start dialing it in from that point and hope for the best. Make those turbo noises. It's only like 4 pounds of boost. And factory knock sensor data, like a lot of potential. I'm pretty happy with that first pull. It was a little rich, so making some quick adjustments, hoping it lines up, and that this next one works out really well. So this thing's pretty cool because we're designing this as a bolt-on turbo system. And if you look under here, which is pretty nifty, there's no additional lines going on. It's just going to connect to this point of the factory cat. So this is catted, you know, and this is post cat, and it just attaches. It gets hung by the hanger here. There's a factory hanger that the turbo hangs on, and then it'll go back to some kind of catback. That's the only thing that we're kind of questioning what to do there, whether we, you know, make it a dump or we actually have a full catback system that this comes with a package with. But I mean, it's beautiful. Comes right here, goes into the turbo. The wastegate priority is excellent, so the wastegate does actually a real job, you know, of getting things done, and then it goes right back out the exhaust. Coal side comes up, it goes around, a little complicated. Right here, this is the best solution that we had, was a steel pipe instead of aluminum. Everything else is aluminum, but a steel pipe here to make sure that, like, if there's any road debris or whatnot, that it doesn't just like puncture. And we may play with this placement in the future. And then on the opposite side, of course, we have a very small intercooler, which optionally we're going to have an air-to-water system that can replace this, which will sit in the same area, but the heat exchanger for the air-to-water would end up going up through the grill. Right now, we don't have that, don't need that. This thing, it's cool. It's doing everything it needs to right now, and I don't foresee any issues. Going to take it down on the street, verify that there's no issues, but you know, as of right now, it's doing a solid job. All right, so we've taken the Suburban, turned it into the Turburban, and now we're here at Cecil County Drag Strip to see how we can improve. Last time we had a 14.4 at like 96 mile per hour. This time it's a little bit hotter, but we're hoping for better than that. It's got to be better than that. If it's not better than that, then everything that we've done, you guys won't even see because I won't even release the video. So it just has to be better than that. I'm hoping to see this sled, which, by the way, we do have a weight for the sled, comes in at a whopping 6,020 pounds. 6,020 pounds. So it is not a light girl. We're just gonna have to build up some extra muscles, and that's gonna be more and more power. But this is just the base turbo kit, meaning that there's only so much you can do. You only have so much fuel. You only have so much timing that you can put in it. You have to have it in respect to the factory cats, because that's right, this is a factory catted setup. So it's, again, there's a lot of balancing that you need to do. So, well, it's 100 horsepower for a Turburban. Well, it's not just that, it's just that's the starting point. That's like the base. And we're gonna find out what the base does right now. we need a helmet. We did a 13.7 at 103. That's pretty darn good. That's a big improvement for this car. That's actually a really big improvement for what we've built so far. And then the sky opens up when we really turn this thing up. But that, man, I'm actually really happy with that. You know, I think I can do a little bit better. All right, so we got a decent cool down. We're actually warming back up now. The temperatures are substantially cooler than they were the last time we went up to the line. And, well, we got a couple other goodies. We're gonna try to rev it out a little bit further. We're gonna try to do a couple things and hope for the best. If that's the best, but it's probably as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So I guess we're just going to find out. This thing needs a little bit of love. It needs port injection. And with port injection we could go a lot further because we could get E85. Thank you very much. Well, I felt like maybe we did rev it a little too high. I think it kind of fell on its face just a smidge, but we didn't really get it much better 60 foot. We got a 13.70 at 102, so not too bad, but there's probably a 13.6 in here somewhere, just getting the transmission dial in a little bit more. But I'm gonna call it quits there because we have more planned, and really, you know, this is just the base. It's a good almost second gain, and I think if we were in the cooler weather like we originally baselined this in, it would be that second gain. So unfortunately it's not, and even right now it's still, at night it's still hotter than it was during the day when we actually baselined this. Alright guys, so the track was pretty darn fun. 13.7's a pretty respectable number considering to keep it happy with cats we had to keep the timing at a certain amount. And like 100 horsepower, really good, but we need more than that. So to do this we have to make it a competition only setup. The customer is on board with it because he wants to have a Suburban that's actually able to compete at the track. So we're taking it to off-road use only, and what we're going to do is create our own Y-pipe because we believe that is the biggest hurdle that we need to address. We either do that or we upgrade the catalytic converters or some other, you know, junk. I don't know. We're gonna do a competition only setup on this thing, and we're gonna send this thing down the track again. So I think with that combined with the boost controller being able to get a little bit more into it, I think we're gonna do pretty good. Customer's goals is to run a 12 in that monster. I don't know that we're gonna have enough fuel for that, but we're gonna give it a shot. We got cold pull time now. We're starting, I don't know. The power was out for 2 hours, so yeah, this is gonna be a cold pull. It's not gonna be super duper cold. Like IAT is still like 90. It was starting at 94, so it's not like we got anything crazy going on. I gotta turn the dyno on, that'll help.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. So you doing 4-wheel or 2-wheel?
4-wheel.
It's all turbo.
I don't know what side. So this thing is fucking cool. We were gonna do this as a kit that we were gonna just sell to people, but I think this is gonna be something that we just manufacture in-house because every car is a little bit different and everybody has different goals. Like what we've determined is if you want to keep the factory cats, you gain about 100 horsepower. If you're gonna be an off-road use only like this one, you can gain another 100 horsepower on top of that for your track use only, competition use only. And if you want to like do an engine or fuel system, I mean the sky's the limit. So if you're interested, hit us up, cspracing.com. So this is where I'm parting ways with the Turburban. I'm not going to be driving this at the track, but the customer is, and he's not going to get any logs. And if shit goes down, we're going to only hear about it like from a complaint point. So hopefully it goes well, and I don't know, it's going to be tough to hit 12s out of that sled because I mean, that thing's heavy, but you know, that's the goal, and let's see if he's able to do it. So 3 tons of fun, made it down the track at high 12s. That is awesome. It's not wintertime here. We're not in mine shaft air. I mean, this is actually really cool. We did max out the fuel system, so he can't go any further than where it's at unless he wants to go further with like a cam, engine, stuff like that. But gosh, I'm actually really happy with it. At first, with the base setup with the factory Y pipe, that thing held us back from accomplishing the goals. But once we went to the competition only like setup, made it swappable for street and, you know, track, like this thing actually, you know, kicked butt. Like it's where I mean, it surprised a lot of people, I'm sure, about it. It even surprised me. I did not think that this was going to happen because I thought that's way too heavy. Like 6,000 pound sled, you know, is just that's actually scary to go that fast. That's faster than like some of these cars from the factory. That's nuts. Not that, but
I mean, that's faster than the 4th Gen Camaro was when it was new.
yeah, that is faster than the GTO, especially the LS2 GTO. I ran a 12.8 bone stock in mine shaft air. Like in normal weather, it would probably, like in 70, 80 degree weather like he was running in, that would probably equate to 13.2. So that thing would be faster. which is really impressive. The top end, not so much there because it, you know, it's a big brick going through the wind. You know, 3 tons of fun, shaped like me, and you know, not very aerodynamic. So that's just really, really awesome. There's more coming up on this, but that's later once we get more money from him, because he needs to give us more money. And Rob, give us the money. Come on, just give it to us. Come on, do it. Anyway, coming up on the channel, we got some other cool stuff. We're back in the swing of things. We've got CT-V Blackwings. We got maybe the return of the Trio 1. We've got turboing. I don't think I told them about this yet.
What, how you already put turbos on your E-Ray back there?
I don't think that anybody knows about that yet.
Whoops.
Adios.